Well, bright and early this morning, the Oscar nominations were announced. It's one of my favorite days of the entire year. Well, up next, my disappointments, my excitements, right here at Mark at the Movies. Well, Oscar nominations were announced this morning and got me super excited. It's one of my favorite mornings of the entire movie year. For the entirety of my lifetime, I've been following the Oscars, and I will say, after walking away from last year's Oscars and this year's Oscars, I wonder how relevant the Oscars really are anymore. I'm very excited still, so don't get me wrong. The Oscars are the most important award show in all of the movie industry. But with Emilia Perez and Anora being the big movies last year and this year, Sinners being the biggest movie, and as a matter of fact, by the math, Sinners is the most celebrated Oscar movie in Oscar history. 16 nominations for Sinners, surpassing Titanic and La La Land and All About Eve by 2 nominations as the most nominated movie in the history of the Oscars. Wow, that is insane. So, anyways, that's a little rant on my end. So here's what's got me excited. Here's what's got me disappointed. We'll do the excited part first. No surprises here with the 3 big movies that got the most celebrated. You had Sinners as number 1, then One Battle After Another. Most people thought that would be flipped, but it isn't. And Sentimental Value as the 3 big winners of the nomination season. The other 2 that are probably right on the heels of those would be Begonia with several nominations, including a surprise picture nomination, Emma Stone getting nominated. And then the biggest surprise for me anyways of the movie part of the nominations, F1 getting a nomination for Best Picture. Insane. And of course, K-Pop Demon Hunters gets the 2 big nominations for Animated Feature and for Golden as Best Song. I knew that was coming months ago, so that's very exciting for Netflix and for the K-Pop Demon Hunter crew. And ultimately, there weren't a ton of surprises in the nominations this year. This is one of the first years I can ever remember that I don't really have to see a lot. I've seen 8 of the 10 best pictures. I've seen most of the nominations. Usually today I'm like, okay, I got 4, 5, 8, 9 movies I need to see in the next few weeks. Not really. Train Dreams, The Secret Agent, a couple here and there. But I've seen 8 of the 10 Best Picture nominations. So, and let's talk about that. The Academy had the opportunity to award a couple foreign films, a couple European films, and they didn't. They chose F1 and Begonia instead, and good for them. Those are solid films. I'm shocked that F1 got into Best Picture, but good for them for being a little bit more commercial with our picks. I am fine with that. I think it's a really good lineup in a seriously challenging and poor year for excellent motion pictures. And that's probably why you got the 16 nominations for Sinners, because there isn't a lot to choose from. There isn't anything spectacular out. There is no The Substance. There is no The Brutalist. I hated Anora. Sorry, not sorry. So, and the Academy had a history of getting it wrong all the time. Last year, Emilia Perez got 14 nominations, and then it only won 2. Now that was steeped in controversy. A bunch of stuff happened after all the nominations, but anyways, I digress. So here are the other things that I was really excited about. Elle Fanning for her Best Supporting Actress nomination. Amazing. She absolutely got snubbed last year for A Complete Unknown, which was a far superior performance, and she was in it longer than Sentimental Value this year. But good for her. She finally gets that well-deserved nomination. Kate Hudson gets nominated for Song Sung Blues. Fine. I'm glad she finally got nominated after so many years, but that one was a huge surprise. But the biggest surprise for sure of the entire nomination this morning was Delroy Lindo in Sinners getting a Best Supporting Actor nomination. His first, one of the finest character actors we have working, and he finally gets a nomination. So congratulations to Delroy Lindo. Much deserved with his incredible amount of body of work. So some misses, some nominations that people who didn't get nominated. Jesse Plemons, Begonia, doesn't get nominated. One of the best performances of the year, and Plemons gets robbed. Now, granted, the Best Actor category was strong this year, so it was going to be tough, but that was a miss. So sorry, Jesse, on that one. Chase Infinity for her powerful performance in One Battle After Another. She's really young, though. This was her first major motion picture, so I guess it's not surprising, but most people thought she was going to get nominated for this. Kate Hudson took that slot instead. Wicked for Good, completely snubbed out. Nothing good there. Not a single nomination for Wicked for Good after almost leading the pack last year, having a slew of nominations. Jay Kelly is completely shut out. Absolutely not a single nomination. The Adam Sandler pick. And this one hurts for me. This one hurts. One well-deserved nomination for Weapons, my favorite movie of the year. Amy Madigan. Woo! Ha! Amy Adams. Amy Madigan finally gets her nomination for supporting actress, but no picture, no screenplay, no director, no makeup. Really sad. Weapons deserved better. It's certainly a better picture than F1. It's certainly a better picture than Begonia. But Weapons almost completely gets shut out, which means Amy Madigan probably doesn't win on Oscar night. So those are kind of some of my disappointments. Jurassic World gets a nomination for special effects, which was a bit of a surprise. But honestly, overall, there were not a ton of surprises this morning. Just a handful here. I'm guessing that the big night will belong to either Sinners or One Battle After Another. Maybe Frankenstein gets a few. Super excited that Jacob Elordi was nominated. He absolutely deserved it. Would love to see him win. Heck, I think Sean Penn, top 3 best performances of the year. He hasn't won anything this award season. Would love to see him win as well. Well, what about you? Did you catch the Oscar nominations? Are you excited for the Oscars? What do you think got snubbed? What do you think should have gotten in there? Was this a pretty good year for the nominations? Let's talk about it. Let's continue to talk about movies. Heck, let's go to the movies right here at Mark at the Movies.